forge my own path to the #1 spot.
He's gonna talk about it, but then he was like, I'm just gonna
Approach
go for
from
it.
the front,
Okay.
but it's merely a feint and a failed grab. And then another jump attack to no avail.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife, Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 4, Episode 3 of My Hero Academia, Boy Meets... ...
Yes, we just got into the agency of Sir Nighteye, and Deku's just made an Allmight joke.
Was not
being
perceived
received.
as an Allmight joke. It was,
yeah.
but not in like a ha-ha way.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Definitely rough looking into this episode.
Yeah, I don't know how Deku's going to recover from this. That's really not his strong suit.
It's a devastating thing to be told. You have to go make a joke.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so
we'll
bad.
see how it
Okay.
goes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for this season of My Hero Academia. We'll have episodes coming every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if you can't wait and want to see around 11 episodes ahead, including the movies, check out the Patreon link in the description below where these episodes are all posted in their extended full-length forms, along with episodes of our other shows, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Code Geass, and Gravity Falls. Are we excited for episode 3 of season 4 of My Hero Academia?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Listen up, Dunderheads! This video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Hero Work Studies. Experience-oriented off-campus programs that allow students in the Hero course who have provisional licenses to work with pros at their agencies. Now that I have my provisional license, things will be different than they were in my previous internship when I fought against Hero Killer Stain. I'll be able to use my quirk under the guidance of a pro, and I can even be dispatched to fight villains and help out at disaster areas.
That's so exciting.
If my work study goes well,
Yeah.
I could be invited by the hero I work with to be their sidekick. I might even be scouted by famous pro heroes who are always on the lookout for new talent.
Why doesn't he already have a
Encouraged by Mirio
sidekick?
Togata, a member of
Who?
UA's Big
You can have several sidekicks. Bubble
Oh.
Girl's his current sidekick.
Oh, I
There's
see.
another one.
Gotcha.
Encouraged by Mirio Togata, a member of UA's Big Three, I decided to try my luck with the agency of Allmight's former
Ito's
sidekick,
brother
Sir
had
Nighteye.
like 10 sidekicks or
But
something.
getting in
Oh,
won't
wow.
be easy.
They mentioned he had a bunch that he was
If
in
you want
charge
to be
of.
acknowledged
Is there
by
like
him,
a
here's little
stigma
tip.
around having a lot of
You need to do
sidekicks?
one
No,
important
some
thing at
quirks
this
are better
meeting.
suited to have a
Make
large
him
group.
laugh.
That's
Then
so
he'll
interesting.
Totally approve of you.
He wants to laugh.
Nice to meet
I
you.
can do that. In order to become the #1 hero,
I'm Izuku Midoriya!
What is this, boy? Are you ridiculing Allmight?
I need to know which voice actor did that. I'm Mizuku Midoriya.
not funny.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that they got the Deku guy to
Probably.
do an impression.
Okay. Imagine if they had gotten the All Might voice
Like,
actor.
that would be the easy choice, but I feel like they got him to try it, and it was just really good. It's good for us to question it, though.
Interesting.
The nerve. What are you doing with your face? Is this a joke to you?
No, I guess not.
You attempted
You
this
guess?
blasphemous excuse of an impression on Allmight's former sidekick? Allmight's wrinkles aren't like this at all, you fool. In his early days, his crow's feet were 0.6 centimeters long. From the Silver
Okay,
Age on,
calm
they were
down.
0.8.
The Silver
These
Age?
days, even unlicensed merchandise manages to have the correct wrinkles in the correct era. But you don't even know that much?
Every corner of his office is filled with All Might gear. The 10th anniversary poster that was never on sale for the public. I want it. There's no
He's
other
such
way
a
to put it.
fan.
This man is definitely a serious All Might fanboy.
I don't care for this one bit. You can see yourself out.
The Vinegar River incident. Are you not aware of it, sir?
That seems...
A middle schooler whose quirk allowed him to change the properties of water was drowning in a river. But All Might stepped in and saved him.
But I can't swim! It's fine now! Do you know why? Because I am here!
The drowning kid panicked and accidentally turned the river into vinegar, which obviously
no.
ended up getting in All Might's eyes. His face looks slightly different from normal after.
Dang the stings.
That smile, those narrowed eyes. That's the look I chose
That's
to
what I was
impersonate earlier.
I know this rescue, although it took place before I
Sorry,
teamed
it
up
was a
with him.
limited edition
And I believe they
impression.
mentioned
You
briefly
wouldn't
on
get
the
it.
widely run television special entitled
They're having a nerd
Yes,
off.
I love that show! I know there weren't any villains involved, so some people think it was a boring save. I'm sure that's why the fans don't talk about it much, but I really like it for some reason. Honestly, I think the best part of the whole thing is the witty response he gave after being thanked by the kid he rescued.
I can't thank you enough.
I'm the one who should be thanking you.
My skin feels 10 years younger.
That's it! It was the perfect one-liner!
Now I see. You were just testing me.
What? Oh no! It's just that since Allmight is a teacher at my school, I never really get a chance to geek out about him. I maybe got a little excited.
As I recall, it turned out the child's volatile home life was to blame.
That's right! And that made Allmight's actions and words carry even more weight, I bet.
What a good guy.
Good guy, Mirio.
He's loud.
An underclassman at my school.
He's
He
loud.
totally failed to make Sir laugh, like massively. But I gotta say, I think he's still making a good first impression.
He's turning it around.
Yeah, all right. Despite the sabotage, I'm joking.
Interesting. You want to do a work study here because you think that doing so will make you stronger.
Yes, sir! Please let me!
We'd need to draw up a contract.
Of course, yes, I brought one!
You will not interrupt me while I'm speaking to you.
Sorry, sir!
Once I stamp this document, you'll officially be contracted with my agency for a work study.
Yes, sir!
You have to understand that this will be nothing like the week-long internships that you students take on so casually. You must work here for a minimum of 4 months and will be paid wages. However, your academic responsibilities
a real
will likely
job.
suffer due to absences you'll rack up, which means your classmates will pull ahead of you.
I understand that. But if I worry about what everyone else is doing, I'll never be number one. I think you missed.
Because I am not approving this.
What?
I understand how working here would be beneficial to you, but what benefit would you bring to my agency? This
You were just about to
office
sign it.
currently
What are we
runs
doing?
smoothly with 2 sidekicks and 1 work-study student already under my employ. So why would I add you on? How can you contribute to society? How can you be useful to others? In order to be acknowledged, you must be able to answer those questions unequivocally. Allmight showed his worth using power and humor. He gave hope to those who lived in fear of criminals. That's why the people were happy to acknowledge him.
You're right. I need to find out how I can help the world.
It's time to show me what you would bring to the table. Using actions, not words. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to try and take this seal from me. If you want to
Okay.
work as a hero under my guidance, then stamp
Inside?
that contract yourself.
Yep.
Wait, what?
I'm saying that even though you don't appear
Yeah,
to
sign it
possess
himself.
a single ounce of
Okay.
humor in your body, I'm still giving you a chance. The 2 of you, go wait
Legally.
outside.
That's
Sir, yes, sir.
Once more with feeling.
Yes, sir!
So, did you have to do a practical interview like that?
Nah, Sir asked for me specifically, so I didn't have to jump through hoops or anything.
Jeez, you really are his golden boy. Must be nice.
Oh,
I can't believe I'm jealous of a high school kid. Oh.
oh man. Whew. This doesn't sound great for Midoriya. His future just started looking dark. Up against Sir's quirk, the
first
odds are
concern
grim.
we've seen
It's
from
gonna be
him.
basically impossible to snatch that
Or like
seal.
You don't know his
negative.
quirk?
If you get
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I'll take no offensive
Said it's gonna be
measures during
impossible
this
to grab
time,
it.
And
Yeah.
you're welcome to attack me in any manner you desire. Don't
Okay.
concern yourself with what happens to the room. Just come and get it.
Okay.
Night-Eye's quirk is... No, it's no time to strategize. I've just got to get that seal. I'll forge
did he
my
not
own
look it up
path
before?
To the #1
He's a
spot.
big fan. He just knows.
Oh,
One
okay.
for all.
He was gonna talk about it, but then he was like, "I'm
An
just gonna
approach
go for
from the
it."
front,
Okay.
but it's merely a feint and a failed grab. And then another jump attack to no avail. I can see everything.
I knew it.
He does commentary.
Maybe if I just keep trying moves.
Is that all you've got? I thought you were attempting to show me your usefulness. This is a waste of time.
Putting him
He's
through
really
mental and
stringing
physical
that kid
tests here.
along.
Yeah.
No, right? I can tell from the noises coming out of the office that Sir is being serious. Is he really not going to accept Midoriya?
1 minute passes. He backs up briefly and appears nervous, finally understanding that he can't overcome my foresight.
Sir Nighteye! His quirk, foresight! After touching someone and locking eyes with them, he has the power for the next hour to see the choices that person will make. It's like he knows their every move!
The activation requirements are secret.
It doesn't matter how many different moves I
You
try.
can just
That's crazy.
yeah.
There's gotta be a way to
He's
slip
not
past this
narrating,
quirk.
he's predicting.
I had
But
high
like
dictating
no,
for you
yeah.
until now.
Yeah.
You have the power to become a symbol, but you're mediocre. Meanwhile, villains everywhere are getting restless and gloom is creeping closer. A pity. All Might chose wrong after all. Mirio should have inherited the power.
What are you talking about?
After all,
Chose wrong after all.
Don't get me wrong, I do love
Oh,
and respect
no.
All Might. But I don't understand why he chose you. How can you succeed him?
I guess I never really thought about it. But of course there were candidates before me. Which means Togeda was in the running to inherit One for All. Does he know that? How did Nighteye and All Might choose him? Or does All Might even know about any of this? And if so, why didn't he tell me before?
all good
Think you have
questions.
time to stand there frozen?
okay.
Or are you just getting tired, running out of ideas? I was honestly a bit curious when Mirio told me he was going to bring you here to introduce you. But it turns out it was a waste of time. There is a candidate who is far worthier of inheriting One for All than you. As such, I cannot
Does he think
acknowledge
it's
you.
him?
I have to
He thinks
remember
it's
the
Mirio.
words
He thinks
said
it's
that day.
Mirio. Okay.
Yeah, he said specifically
That
Mirio
Mirio
should have gotten it.
Candidate
Gotcha,
who
I
is
see.
far worthier of inheriting
He's his
One for
sidekick.
All
Okay,
than you.
cool.
As
Or
such,
working
I
through.
cannot acknowledge you.
I have to remember the words he said that day.
Young man, you too can become a hero. I can give you my abilities. Take the torch.
I have to keep fighting. I'll go beyond. So he can't react even if he can foresee my movements. I can't just let him reject
Okay.
me now. Not after everything All Might and I have been through. He chose me. He wanted me to have his power. I'm going to take that stamp from you. I swear, I will make you acknowledge me.
Wow.
Little WWE reference there. But yeah, he knows about One for All and just thinks that Deku wasn't the right
Didn't
choice.
deserve it.
Any thoughts on that? Like him saying that too.
I mean, okay, saying that is pretty rough. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's like part of the test. I'm thinking maybe the test is the response to being told, you failed, you're not good enough, we should have picked someone else.
What?
Like the way that Nighteye is testing Deku is not actually like sign the thing. It's seeing how he responds to being told, like, wow, you are such a disappointment.
Oh yeah, that's
And
interesting.
we should have picked someone else. Like that is so like I would just cry on the spot,
Yeah.
which is why I would not be a number one hero.
Well,
But Deku just got back up and said, "No, I'm gonna be better.
Fuel on the
I'm
fire.
gonna figure it out."
We'll see.
And that's why he deserved it.
Yep. We'll see
Maybe
what he thinks
that's
of
my
that.
theory.
Good analysis.
Night-Eye's quirk, foresight, lets him see into the future. But the question is, how far into the future? My best
Can
bet
you
is
see
to
that
make
I'm
a ton of
fucking
different moves
crazy?
as quickly as I can, so he won't have any time to think.
There is a candidate who is far worthier of inheriting One for All than you.
If I leave now, it's like admitting he was right.
Gran Torino style. But you're a mere shadow of the original. For the next hour, provided the conditions are met, I can see what you'll do.
What
wherever you
conditions?
Eye contact
It's
and
a
touch.
very cool
go.
animation.
In case you're interested,
Yeah, but it's eye contact and
2
touch.
minutes from now you'll be slumped on
Okay.
the floor with neither the seal nor the contract. You've looked unsure since this trial began, but All Might certainly must have taught you better than that. Fear and indecision are luxuries a top-tier hero cannot afford. Someone who understands that will always act with vision and purpose. You must have been told this countless times. But now, when your training's being put to the test, you choke. You said you would make me acknowledge you. But the more I see, the more convinced I become that you will ultimately fail.
He said
Oh
I
my
can do
god.
Who said that? One of your little friends?
it! The greatest hero the world has ever seen!
Oh.
Sorry! But you did say not to worry about the room, right? What he said about his power.
For the next hour, provided the conditions
Yeah, he said not to worry
are
about the
met,
room.
Yeah.
I can see what you'll do. Wherever you go.
He can see what I'll do wherever I go. Why did he word it that way? What exactly is Nighteye seeing? Everything that's going to happen? Or only the actions of a specific target? Me? Time to test my theory!
Interesting.
Scatter objects at random. If I'm his sole target, then his foresight won't be able to reach them. Nighteye, I'm not giving up now! Or ever! Whether you like it or not, I am Allmight's successor!
That doesn't alter what I see.
Not yet!
Oh,
I'm not done.
It's
Blood
over.
down the
No,
wall.
it's not!
3 minutes have passed.
What?
You didn't get it?
yeah.
You're All Might's chosen successor? It beggars belief. You devised only a single plan and it failed spectacularly, leaving you worn out.
I didn't botch this test because I'm tired.
Then what happened?
I realized I was about to step on the poster for All Might's 10th anniversary as a hero.
Oh
One that was
no.
never for sale.
Don't tell me. He was in constant motion, jumping as Gran Torino would. And yet he still managed to avoid every image of All Might in the room?
Oh, that's so cute.
Even emotionally off balance from my provocations, he formulated a strategy to defeat me and remained aware of his surroundings.
And cue our well-timed return.
You're done, right, sir? That loud bang at the end sounded pretty final.
I'll take the boy, Mirio.
That's awesome!
Yay.
I don't understand. I didn't do either of the things you asked me to.
I told you to take the seal from me and stamp the contract yourself, but I didn't say you'd be rejected if you failed.
Yeah, but...
Congrats, Midoriya, you pulled it off.
Nice.
So, he made you laugh after all.
So he made
Wow.
the
I had
death
already decided I would take you on when I heard you were coming. I also knew that you weren't entirely lacking in skill and intellect, but I still wanted to see it for myself.
So he was
The
just
symbol of
provoking.
Okay,
peace is
yep.
gone, and the people are looking not for a dim light, but a dazzling one. You'll work here alongside professionals, and you will see. Regardless of All Might's mandate, you're not worthy of his power.
One for All can only be transferred through the will of its current user.
So he's still saying he's
taking
not
me
worthy,
on to
but
make me
Okay.
give up. I'm All Might's chosen successor, but Sir Nighteye doesn't accept that. He believes that Togeda should have been selected instead. It makes for an unsettling dynamic. But even so, I look forward to working with you!
You found
Okay.
an agency
So
for
we
your
got
work
it.
study?
Wow.
Congratulations, Deku. That's
Very
awesome.
exciting.
uphill climb
well done,
though.
Midoriya.
Yeah, seriously.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. You're an example to us all. I don't know how the rest of us are supposed to compete, though.
Yeah, you'll be working at Sir Nightaye's agency. That's seriously amazing.
And I hear Togeda recommended you. Pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, I guess. Except the only reason he even took me on was to convince me to give up One for All.
The distance between us just keeps getting wider. We've got to catch up, and soon.
I wish I had a place picked out. The school said Gunhead hasn't had enough interns, so his agency is a no-go.
I know what you mean. I wanted to go to Selkies, but that's out too.
Yeah, so is Fourth Kind. He doesn't even accept students for work studies.
The teachers sure aren't making it easy for us, are they?
Thanks to all these
That's rough.
requirements, a ton of agencies are ruled out right off the bat.
We can't really blame them. Unlike the internships, we'll be directly involved. So if anything were to go wrong, then
Then the pros have to take responsibility for whatever happened.
Oh, hey, Mr. Aizawa.
Okay.
Only pros who are the real deal will take on rookies like you guys, knowing the risks involved. Tokoyami, Looks like you've got an offer from one of them. Hawks has invited you to work with him in Kyushu.
No way!
Dude, he's the
Hawks?
number 3 hero.
Number 3 hero, Hawks.
That's very cool.
Well, what do you say?
All the
I
bird
respectfully
people.
accept. All right, then.
Birds of a
I'll make sure
feather,
you get the
if you will.
relevant paperwork
Yes.
later. Just let me know when you're expected in Kyushu.
Are in the same hero
I can sign
agency.
off on your absences.
Congrats, Tokoyami, you psyched?
I am grateful, of course.
We've really got to catch up.
Would you stop saying that?
So, Kirishima, apparently Amajiki from the Big Three wants to talk to you about something.
Oh.
Me?
Uraraka and Asui, you've got your own Big Three summons from Hado. You can track him down sometime tomorrow or whatever. That's all for now.
Okay.
Cheeky, that's crazy.
So Amajiki was the one who had
Considering
stage
the
fright,
timing, it could be
Right,
about the
yeah.
work study program.
and
No way!
Sue
That'd be
and
too good to be true, right?
Ochako are the
Wait
other one that
until
was
tomorrow?
asking them all the questions.
No, I'm going over to
Why
the
are the
third year's
big three
dorm right
picking
now.
interns?
I don't think
Why
I
are the
can
big
wait
three
either.
picking interns?
It's the same reason why like Mirio brought them in. It's more they're kind of scouting for their internships.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm going over to the third year's dorm right now.
I don't think I can wait either.
Good luck.
Let's go with them.
Yeah!
We've really got.
Just shut up!
Oh man, I'm so jealous of those guys.
We'll just have to work harder.
Who cares about work studies anyway? First years like us will just get stuck running errands and doing paperwork all day.
Oh yeah, that's what happened at your internship, huh?
Don't remind me of my disgraceful past!
Tomorrow. I start tomorrow. The next day
Very
marked the beginning
nerve-wracking.
of my work study.
Today we will be doing patrols and surveillance. We'll split up into 2 teams. I'll be with Bubble Girl and Mirio, you're with Midoriya.
Surveillance?
Nighteye Agency is currently working on a secret investigation.
Shie Hasaikai is a small organized crime syndicate.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Kai
Okay.
Chisaki. As the young head of the group, he's its second in command. And he's been behaving strangely lately. That plague mask is his trademark.
Creepy. I thought
Very
there wasn't
creepy.
much trouble with organized crime these days since the police know who they are and monitor their movements.
It's been that way since the big groups broke up. But this Chisaki guy is starting to gather them together again, though we don't know why. The details are unclear, but we do know he made contact with the League of Villains recently.
The League of Villains?
Unfortunately, we don't have solid proof linking him to anything criminal yet. Hasaikai operates in a legal gray area that's close to Black, but we can't treat them like villains. Our objective is to tail them and find out what they're up to. Be careful not to arouse any suspicion.
Yes, sir!
So be careful
Okay.
not to arouse any suspicion, and that's where we're left for this episode. Here we go.
Someone! Anyone! Please!
Oh, I'm sorry. You really took a tumble there. Are you okay?
Who's she running from?
Can I help you up? Why is she trembling like that?
You should be more careful. We don't want to cause trouble for the heroes.
And just like that, my work study
Let's go
Oh,
home, Mary.
wow.
had begun.
He said, "Let's go home, Mary."
Okay.
So, and that's where we're left for episode
Wow.
3 of season 4.
What hero would abandon a frightened child? Why is she trembling?
You should be more careful.
Oh boy.
We don't want to cause trouble for the heroes.
What are your first thoughts?
That was fast.
Yeah.
There's so many different
Quick thoughts.
parts
We'll
of that
discuss
episode.
that scene further, I think.
I'm really curious to see the dynamic of like, I will take you on as an intern, but I don't think you deserve it, but I'm going to support you because I like the guy who decided to give it to you, but I still think it should have been someone else.
Yeah, it's a very
Weird.
interesting dynamic. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe down below if you're excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia coming every Sunday and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes early, they're all posted to Patreon and they're extended full-length forms. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions after every episode of any show that we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. First, I'll go ahead and ask, what do you think of that post-credits scene with that person running away? And
I thought there was going to be a bit of time before Deku faced off with Plague Mask guy. Overhaul. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen so fast.
And what do you think of the little girl?
The little girl with the goat horns? I'm just really curious about how was that situation set up, because I don't buy for 1 second that it was just like...
I'll tell you this, just to like set your framework of that scene, that was a coincidence.
That was a coincidence? Damn. Well, crazy
I think
world.
that's not a spoiler to say, because...
Wow, okay. Well, that is some crazy luck for Overhaul. Maybe not, actually.
I was going to say, running directly into
Deku?
people investigating him is pretty...
I guess. I thought it was like a Deku had fallen into his trap, but if it just happened to happen, then that's kind of shitty.
To set your framework on what to analyze, that was a coincidence.
That's crazy. I feel like Deku's going to go after them immediately.
I'm wondering your thoughts on the girl, because you haven't talked about the girl, and I'm wondering your thoughts on her and what is happening.
Okay. I mean, she obviously seemed terrified. She's very young, and she has a horn, so theoretically a quirk, right? Like, yeah, I don't really know.
It's a pretty terrifying situation.
Yeah, no, it's really,
we'll see what happens with that, but let's go to our second question. Question 2. Ashton asks, though only mentioned briefly, what effect do you think receiving the information that Togeda was the first choice to be All Might's successor will have on Deku? With Deku still struggling with the pressure to fill All Might's shoes, how will learning the principal and All Might's former sidekick both think someone else should have inherited One for All instead of him influence his development?
That's really rough, because for me personally, I would crawl into a hole.
I would kind of do what Deku did.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Deku, I feel like being told, like, yeah, everyone thought it should be someone else, but All Might didn't, is kind of like the most validating thing ever. Like, it would be...
Wait, everybody thinks you shouldn't, but All Might did is validating?
It's validating in terms of, like, it's
and
extra...
From whose perspective?
It's extra validating for Deku from All Might specifically.
So Deku's now being extra validated by Nighteye saying you shouldn't have been the successor?
I think specifically from All Might. In terms of the way that Deku thinks about All Might, being told, oh, you're going to be my successor and everyone thinks it's a great idea is one thing, but I want you to be my successor. Other people don't think it's a good idea, but I really do.
You think that'll be more validating?
Yes. From All Might, not from everyone else.
Gotcha. Okay. So in the future, there might be an interaction where it's more validating with All Might.
Yes. I think I'm picturing, so I think like in general work-wise, he's just going to be like doubting himself so much.
That's more I'm wondering about.
Gotcha. I think in terms of like a one-on-one conversation with All Might, where he's like, I thought I was the first one, and it was just like you saw me and you were like, okay, this works. But now knowing that you had so many other, like now knowing that you had such a fantastic second choice, I guess, and so many people who are so smart were supportive of that second choice and you picked me anyway, you're my hero, you know? Like,
yeah, I'm excited for you to see how he does react, but let's go to our final question. Final question. Jinchurki87 asks, Nighteye is completely convinced that Deku is unworthy of One for All, while also being extremely fond of All Might. Why do you think he disregards All Might's decision so vehemently? Do you think Deku will be able to sway him otherwise?
I think it's potentially like he went soft in his old age kind of thing, because the way that All Might described not wanting to see him was very interesting, because I was picturing someone who was like, wasn't as obsessed with All Might as Nighteye clearly was, because All Might specifically said that he didn't want to see him to avoid a potential, like, I told you so, because what happened to All Might was exactly what Nighteye thought was going to happen to All Might, which I feel like implies an I told you so dynamic, which is not something that you would then have posters of that person up on your wall. I feel like those two things don't quite make sense together in my head.
We'll see why he made. You're right that there's a bit of a, like, how does that make sense in that, like, why is he opposing him as well as, like,
yeah, like if you're so obsessed with him, wouldn't you just agree with everything he says?
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
he knows better than you. You think he knows better than you. So why do you suddenly think that he's wrong about this?
I guess we'll have to find out, but that's where we're left for episode 3 of season 4 of My Hero. Are we excited for episode 4?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.